Well, good evening to all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's lovely to have you with us once more. And for those of you who might be here for the first time, welcome to you. And I hope to see you on many occasions similar to this evening. It is my very real pleasure to welcome a fantastically talented and energetic young lady from Greece. Katia Kolovea is an award-winning lighting designer. She's a communication strategist and an advocate of the lighting design profession. She's the founder of her practice, Archivos, and her international work combines architectural lighting with immersive lighting experiences and engaging marketing communications, collaborating with the best designers and brands to share their stories in an innovative and very impactful way. She's involved in various community based and educational projects in the lighting industry, such as Women in Lighting, the Silhouette Awards, and the virtual lighting design community. And of course, what you're about to hear this evening, the Lighting Police Project. Katia loves sharing ideas and has been invited by various worldwide organizations and universities to talk about light, communication, light art, mentorship, and inspiration, amongst others. I had the pleasure of meeting Katia a few years ago during our Institution of Lighting Professionals uh, evening, and I met her in one of the uh, breakout rooms, and we had a brief discussion, and it was at that point already exciting and inspiring. So, Katia, welcome. Thank you very much for agreeing to present this evening, and we look forward to your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Philip. It's my honor and pleasure to be here today with all of you. Super excited. So let's hide the thumbnails and begin. First of all, just want to say, well, I'm in Greece right now, and since this is online and I cannot really see you, of course, you are on the chat, so please do say hello. Tell us from where you're joining. It will be really a nice pleasure to know who is here and connect with you later on. You are all very welcome to connect on social media. I'm going to share the details of the project in the end of this presentation. But most importantly, if you're joining, take a picture or send me a message. It's always a pleasure to see the global network from all around the world coming together and exchanging ideas and thoughts. So I'm going to try to make this as interactive as possible. I'm very glad that I have you, Philip, here, so I can at least see you and feel that I'm not alone in this room. Which I'm not. I see on the chat already many people saying hello, which I can actually see. So thank you. The Lighting Police. So we are here to talk about this global educational platform project that started a few years ago. And I'm gonna start by, let's start the presentation. Let's check this out. Yes, perfect. So before we start, I would like to take you through a little bit of what we're going to say today, this evening. And I'm going to start sharing about how the project started and why, the vision and mission, the structure that we have, who we are, how many people, how can you be involved if you want, and also the processes that we are following on the way that we are structuring the content, the collaborations, the engagements with the community, and so on. Then I will be focusing a little bit on the educational focus of the platform. So I'm gonna share like 3 key points that I think that all of us should be communicating with the whole world, with our friends, with our families, with everyone, to raise awareness about light. We're gonna get there. And then in the end, I'm gonna end this with our responsibility as lighting designers and the future that the program and the platform has. Also, I'm not aware fully who is here and who is attending. I'm not sure if you are all in the lighting design world or not. I assume that not. Also, I appreciate that some of you might be students and that you are new in the lighting profession. So feel free to ask any question that maybe comes to your mind. And of course, I'm here now and also later to answer all of that. So how did it started? Okay, we're going to go back in February 2020. And the lighting police started really a little bit as a joke, I will say. I want to be very honest with you. It wasn't something that it was planned or very well thought. Even the name, it was very improvised on a moment that I was there in London in a museum, which I'm not mention which is it, but maybe you will already can understand following my story. But for obvious reasons, I don't want to make a point of where exactly this project started. So as you know, I'm Greek, and I was there in a museum in London, in an area where there were many Greek sculptures. And I'm very active on social media. My personal platform is called Archifos, and I'm always talking about light and raising different causes. And well, I was there and I was observing the light. This is something that we always do. I'm sure, Philip, you can really feel what I'm talking about. When you get into a room, in a restaurant, in a cafe, like everywhere, really, you get in the room and then you see, okay, how do I feel? Where the lights are? Like it's very typical for us. So let me know if anyone else can relate. Tell us on the chat if you also get into a room and just observe the lights. And well, I was there, and then I saw the picture that you see on the side. Let me see if I can actually point. Can you see that, Philip? Is that visible? That I'm pointing here the picture. It is, right? Yes. Okay, I assume that it is. So I was there and I could see like all of those different color temperature variations. Those lights are very old and not maintained. It's metal halide that it has obviously changed color throughout the years. Very typical. And if we can see a little bit of the sculptures, we could see some light going there, some light going on the other side, or even if we see on the middle picture, we could see some sculptures not lit at all. So the lights were either off or have failed or many other things. So basically, I was a little bit upset, as you can see here with the words that I shared. And I said, okay, is this designed or not? And then I was really on fire. And I said, okay, I'm really going to start this lighting police movement and I want some global help. And who is in? It was really kind of out of the blue. The thing is that lots of people around the world from my community responded on that call to action. And they went back and they said, we need this in Mexico, we need this in Russia, we need this there, we need this there. And I was like, okay, so, well, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do it as a community. So this is how it started. This is the story behind, because a lot of people are asking me oftenly, like, how you came up with the idea, or there are many people around the world, really many lighting experts, that they already have a folder on their computers with poor lighting that they are using to educate their clients and the people around them. So what we are doing here, and this takes us to the mission, is really creating a global educational platform focusing on initiating conversations and inspiring learning from a different perspective. Not very education, not very, how to say, institutional learning as going to a university. We are addressing the general public mainly, the people who are not involved in light and the lighting industry. And so our mission statement is that we raise awareness about the importance of adequate light in our lives and the spaces that surround us, inspiring action and engagement amongst everyone involved. And the engagement is the key word. And I'm going to show you later on what it means and why it's very important for this project. So the vision moving forward, I mean, today we're in 2023, the project is already 3 years old, and we have been doing lots of different things. We have been connecting with people all around the world, different associations, organizations, and so on. But what we envision is a global network, not only of lighting experts. We want sociologists, we want architects, urban planners, government and policy makers. We want educational institutions that involve their students, like you, Philip, here, and your amazing program and platform and college. And we want associations of the lighting industry, but also beyond, associations of different other aspects of the built environment. We want connections with the press, media partners, manufacturers, healthcare professionals, scientists, local residents, and communities. And really, all of those different individuals and experts coming together to raise awareness about the right light and the reason why we should all care and not take it for granted. And let's talk now about the structure. So let's say that we divide it in 4 parts. So we have the core team, the advisory board, the global partners, and all of you, the community of the lighting police. Everyone is welcome to join, no matter what is your level of expertise or knowledge or anything. Everyone is welcome. We all have this responsibility to observe the light around us and also making sure that we are living under the right light. What is right and wrong is a topic for another moment, but we're going to touch a little bit throughout this presentation. So the core team is this one. We are 4. This is a volunteering project, and I have to say that this project wouldn't be possible without the support of those amazing, passionate young designers as well. And some of them are actually here today, and then maybe you can engage with all of us on the chat later on. But all of us have a different responsibility. So Dipali Shirshat, she is actually one of the oldest members of the team. She was the first person that joined on my first open call to create a team to support on this mission. She is involved with everything that has to do with the communications. She is interacting with the advisory board, curating what is happening, what we are explaining and dividing amongst ourselves on our twice a month meetings that we have. And then we have Anastasia Angeli. She's the social media communications manager. So if you are engaging with our social media platforms already and you have been uploading your Instagram stories or anything like that, I'm sure that you have engaged with Anastasia. And lastly, our newest member in the core team, Tanzina Khan. She is responsible for everything visual communications related. She creates all those graphics in order to make sure that we communicate what we do in the most impactful way, in a simple way, using simple language, and create this wow factor and engagement. And of course, apart from the core team, nothing could have been possible without the support of those global experts. And right now we have 21 experts around the world. And since the beginning of the project, many have gone through this list. And those are the most recent ones, I would say. This place is actually constantly growing. And we are open to everyone who would like to dedicate a little bit of time and knowledge and passion and support us to communicate in the most impactful way the research and education that is out there about light. And again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the process later on. So as you can see, we are a global growing network. We still miss lots of different countries. So Philip, I hope you are ready to join. After
Yes.
this, we definitely would
Yes.
like to see you marked in the map. And of course, we have a very engaging community on Instagram and LinkedIn. So the project is mainly there. And then, of course, nowadays we do lots of different in-person events, participating on talks, workshops, presentations, and so on. But again, I'm going to touch this a little bit later. So Let's go now to the processes that we are following. And there is something very, very important because, maybe you hear the lighting police and you think that this is something very like strict, or it has a different connotation. And that's not true. The lighting police, actually, the name came out completely thinking about the fashion police and kind of like a fun way to engage people and make sure that the general public who doesn't feel any responsibility to talk about light, to feel a little bit more connected and responsible to take a picture and raise awareness about what they see around them. So the name is very, very connected with this engagement and action that we are looking for. Although it's very important to mention that the project vibe is very educational and is not intending to offend any individual or brand. So we highly curating everything that is going out there. Even the Instagram stories that the community is sharing, we always trying to take them through a filter. We have some specific rules, and we are making sure that nobody is offended. It's very, very important because we are here to build constructive conversations. We are here to see why this is like this. It could be better. Why? How can it be better? So it's very important to have this in mind. We are not here to blame anyone. We are here to raise awareness and try to help to give solutions as well. And again, talking a little bit about the processes in more detail, the Lighting Police core team is generating educational content with a simplified language addressing to the general public. So we are very interested to see how we can communicate to our friends and our family members what color temperature of light, of white light means. I would like my mom and my dad to be able to go to the shop and buy the right light fixture depending on what they want. Do they want to read more clearly and help them to their vision to read? Okay, they will go for the colder light temperature for their office space, for example. But what do they need for a living room or a place where they need to relax and get more cozy with their friends? So all of those things are little details that we need to find a way to communicate in the most impactful and clear and easy way. Then we have the collaborations that we have from all around the world with different media partners or other organizations, educational institutions, and so on, where we collaborate and we do online and in-person events to make sure that there is some sort of interaction with the local communities. We have very big plans for the future and for the next year, actually, with workshops organized for Dubai and for the UK and for other countries around the world where our advisory board is based there. So watch the space and wait for it. You will find more information in the following months. And then lastly, we have the daily, almost daily, not daily, but almost daily content sharing of stories on Instagram, of articles and research on LinkedIn, for example. And here, everyone is very welcome to submit a case online, even anonymously. This is a very important point because many people are asking me, okay, like I want to upload something, but I don't feel comfortable of having my name connected with that because I put it on my personal Instagram profile, for example. Could you upload the picture? And the answer is absolutely yes. So if you want to contribute to the Lighting Police, you're very, very, very welcome to do so. And you don't need to think about any restrictions. You can just send us a case and we're going to upload it anonymously. Okay? We have rules. I'm not going to go to read them now because it's a little bit irrelevant. The most important thing that I would like you to remember, and obviously you can watch this on our Instagram page where we have a dedicated post about the rules. But what I want you to remember is that we need to be very, very respectful, not tag any brands or logos of museums or hotels or, like big fashion brands that they haven't maintain their lights, and we see them like flashing and all of that. So it's very important to make sure that whatever we do, it's kind and respectful, and we give solutions or we give constructive discussion instead of just saying, what is this and why is there? Okay? Going now to the educational focus. Educational focus and what we mean by that. So, for the lighting police, within the content that we produce and we create, apart from the daily stories that the global community is uploading, we have a purpose of taking some specific topics of the lighting world and break them down into very, very, very simple knowledge posts that they have just enough information for the general public to follow. And we started with the color temperature, and then we moved to the light pollution. And then the next chapter that we're going to be focusing on with a new season is going to be about light and health, covering glare, flicker, light quality, products later on, and so on. So if any of you that are attending today or watching this recording are interested to contribute on that and share some research or share some interesting points, please feel free to share with us your details and connect with us. I'm going to share with you in the end a QR code, which you can scan and take a picture of that. And you can obviously very easily share your interest to participate. And when I'm talking about educational focus and content creation, for us, it's very important to use the lighting police style, let's call it like that. So we are doing some sketches, we are creating some visuals ourselves, but most importantly, we are trying to find a way to engage the community. And here, for example, on the left, you see on the topic of light pollution, we had a call to action asking everyone to observe the outdoor lighting, the street poles on the countries that they are living. So we were asking them to take a picture, upload it on Instagram as an Instagram story, and tell us which number they would say that this pole is doing and what is the effect of the light. And the reason why we're doing that is because it's not just about putting the information out there and educate. We want to engage. We don't want to just educate. We want to engage in a way that later on, the person that did that will go out with their friends and they will say, oh, you see this light? This light is flashing. This light is not good for me. We need to go somewhere else. Or look at this. This light is taking all the light on the sky, and this is why we cannot see the stars. And this is what is affecting the dark sky. So it's all about engage and awareness. And this word awareness is part of our mission. And it's something that in the end of this call, I would like you to remember one word: awareness, about the right light. That's it. Not one more, one sentence, but I'm going to repeat that a couple of times so you will remember it in the end. And so before I said in the beginning that I'm going to touch 3 points that are very, very important for the general public, the people that are not related and not professionals or even like in the lighting world, to understand and consider and be aware. And the first one is color temperature. And here we see a couple of stories from different parts of the world. We see like from the US, we see from Dubai, we see from Greece. And there are simple things that I'm absolutely 100% sure that all of you have seen somewhere. And as lighting professionals, you have stopped and you're like, wait a minute, this is not right. What is wrong with that? And trying to find out what happened. Was it just a wrong replacement of a light bulb from warm to cold? Or was it like a product that failed? Or was it like a not maintained light or very old equipment, as we see on the first picture on the USA case study? So color temperature is very important in terms of awareness of choice, the aesthetics, and generally how it's affecting our health as well, because it's not only an aesthetical part, it's also a health related part. A personal thing now that I would like to share with you. So I went to a friend's house, and we were a couple of people. I think we were like around 5 people, and I arrived and they were already there, and we stayed inside in the living room. And the living room, it was a cold white luminaire, pendant luminaire, creating a very, very cold atmosphere, like feeling that I'm in a hospital. I don't know how many of you can relate to that. If you can, let us know in the chat. But like the vibe, it was very, very cold. And I entered there. Of course, everyone knows how crazy I am about light and that I'm a light geek. And, I came in and I said, okay, let's turn off the lights and light up some candles and enjoy this nice atmosphere and talk with each other. And then all of a sudden, everyone got it because we did switch off the lights, we did put the candles on, and then the atmosphere just changed straight away. So, color temperature is a very, very important and very simple topic to discuss with all of your friends and family members, and making sure that they are aware of their choice. It's totally fine for me if somebody wants to be surrounded by cold white light, but it's very important to be aware of how this is affecting your circadian rhythm, your health, and the whole visibility and whole experience of the space. Okay? So, going to the next one. The next chapter is light pollution. Yeah, very important. Light pollution. And here I would like to make one stop and check. Ah, no, it's on the next one, Philip. I was looking for the video, but
That's the next one. Yeah.
next one. Yeah, perfect. Yes, thank you. So, light pollution. Light pollution is a massive topic, and I think it's a very wrong term. And I will explain what I mean by that. So, a member of the advisory board called Jane Slade from the US, who is also the founder of, let me check my notes, Anatomy of Night project and the Starving for Darkness. So, Jane Slade, we had the chat. You can actually find this on our YouTube channel, The Lighting Police. If you go on YouTube and write The Lighting Police, you will find it's the only video that we have right now. This is going to change, but also it's on Instagram. But I really encourage you, if you're interested in light pollution, I really encourage you to watch this. It's a 1 hour discussion with this expert. And we were having this conversation, and she said something that really stayed in my mind very vividly. And nowadays I'm using it in all of my presentations. It shouldn't be called light pollution, because light pollution sounds also like water pollution and air pollution, and generally something that is there and is something that we cannot control. It's not true. We can't control light pollution. And so Jane shared with me and with the general, all the community really, because that was an Instagram live. She said that why don't we call it night pollution? Not light pollution, but night pollution. Because basically, the night is
Very good idea.
polluted by the over and misuse of light, right? So I challenge you all, when you hear people talking about light pollution, to also bring this topic in the conversation. Just bring also the night
Good one.
pollution and this correlation between air pollution and water pollution and all of that. Light pollution is very important. It's not doesn't only affect us, the human beings. It affects the flora and fauna, all the plants, the insects, the animals, the turtles. Like on the lighting police light pollution chapter, we talked a lot about analyzing how light is affecting turtles, insects, trees, plants, the coral, underwater life, the sea life, and all of those factors that we don't really think about, but we also sometimes we don't care. And of course, as lighting professionals, we have a massive responsibility to bring the light where we need to bring the light, not just put the light because the client is asking for more light and a glow, like a luminous facade, something that is really flashy. I was in Dubai a few months ago, and it was my first time there. And I was really looking forward to experience the night sky and the general vibe of Dubai with all the skyscrapers and the competition amongst the one building and the other building, and this building is the tallest one, and this building is the most lit. And I was just, like reflecting on that, thinking of like, okay, how and why and with what way we could inspire the clients and the global people that contribute to that to think about light in a different way, to start from darkness and add layers. And as I'm sure, especially for the students here, I'm sure that a direction that we always have when we study lighting design, and I studied at KTH in Stockholm, and that was like a big principle of my experience as a student learning lighting design. It was start from darkness, like start from pitch black, and then you put layers and layers and layers, and you have it just right, not over. But anyway, again, this presentation is not about talking about layers of light, but it's about talking about our responsibility about the sky glow, the light trespass, how the light is affecting our ecosystem, the light clutter, and overall how these overlit environments and the misuse of light can affect our well-being, our sleep. I don't know how many of you have experienced that or can relate with that, but just think about this thing about, you know, when you are going to sleep and you have, how to say, the TV, yeah, the TV on, yeah, and all of those variations of colors, of this flicker that is going there because of the changing patterns of the screen, this is affecting your quality of sleep 100%. And I know that very for fact, because my family members, they love watching TV while sleeping. And I'm always, like being an advocate of that and saying, keep the TV for 5 minutes, but then turn it off. Tell the TV to turn off while you're sleeping, and many other things like that. I have also a personal occasion where I moved in a new house, and everything. I was in the living room. We didn't have any curtains in the beginning, and the light, I could get lights from outside, from a street light 300 meters far away from my window. Can you imagine that? And like, also as a lighting designer, this is like really, really, and also the founder of the lighting police, this is really upsetting. I was like, what can I do? How can I break this light? Oh well, don't follow this. But how can I change that? How can I improve the lighting conditions of that? I still haven't found a way, but there is a process, and the process is talk about it. Talk about it, raise awareness, and try together to make the responsible people take action. Okay, let me go to the next one. And actually, this one, with your help, Philip. Oh, well, I think I can do it, right? I can just go to the YouTube. So the next one is about glare. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. So these are some cases that we have isolated from the global network that people have shared online with us. And I'm 100% again that many of you can relate. And I'm sure I'm going to play it one more time while I'm talking about it. I'm sure that you have been on occasions or places or just driving your car and looking at the flashing screen or looking at a light that is just going crazy. All of those things has to do with driver fail, has to do with electricity or something going wrong there, has to do with low quality products, but also has to do with low maintenance. And all of these things, the glare, the flicker, is very much affecting our mental health. It's also creating eye strains. Okay, I'm going to go back now to my, oh no, sorry. I'm going to go back to the presentation and keep it there. I don't think that we need more flashing and glary examples in our screens. But I just want to make sure that you can all relate to that and that you can have seen it. And this is something very typical. Did something happen to me, or what happened? Philip, I think I will need your help because the presentation just disappeared.
Let's
But I
just
will
have a look.
continue. I will continue talking about Claire, and I will share with you another personal experience and thing that I had. Okay, I'm gonna go through the slides where we were. We were here in the glare. Um, okay, we were here. Yes, perfect. So, during the period of COVID, I don't know how it was in your country, but in Greece, we were kind of like only allowed to walk around our houses for some time. So I was going there with my family. We were walking around. We were obviously having the dog, Jasmine. The ones that know me, you know Jasmine. And so we were going around, and interestingly enough, I didn't need to say anything. I remember my brother and my father and my mom very often saying, "Oh, Katia, look, this light is flashing. Can you imagine how those people that they are living on the balcony in front of it feel about this?" And I was like, "Yes, this is the true purpose of the lighting police. This is why it started, because I want those people who has nothing to do about light to look at it, to be aware of it, and understand how light is affecting you, how bad light is affecting you, but of course, how good light makes you feel better, makes improve your well-being, improve your emotions, making you enjoy the day out with your friends, the night out with your friends, and all of that. Okay. So I'm going to go to the next part, which is about social media challenges. And I touched a little bit about engagement and the importance of engagement through the lighting project. And I think also the reason why it has, let's say, created all of this interaction and interest as a growing educational platform on social media, bringing together people from all around the world. Some of them are lighting designers who are willing to contribute more and more, and some of them are just other people who are aware of it or just becoming aware because they saw a story from their friend tagging the lighting police and bringing this to their attention. So this is what we are exploring and understanding. And what we do social media challenges. So apart from the educational part of the platform, we also curate some engaging competitions, let's call them. And that was the first one, the drawing challenge. So basically, somebody from Mexico City, they sent us this story of a church being not lit at all during the night. And they said, "How would you light that, lighting police? What would you do if you could give light to this?" And then, the lighting police is not a place to go to find the solutions of the project, hire a lighting designer to do that. But we took this in a very, very interesting way. And we said, why don't we do a drawing challenge? Why don't we do a competition to ask people to paint how they would do lighting here by using only the tools of Instagram stories? And for those of you who are aware of Instagram and know how it works, you can imagine the limitation, but also the creativity. And we received, I think, around 30 submissions. I'm not sure, but it was really interesting. It was the first challenge of the project. And if I can see here, it was 120 weeks ago, which is a long time. I think it was in the beginning of the project. And interestingly enough, we have very nice submissions from all around the world. We put them into a voting platform, and we had 200 people voting for the ones that they felt that they were the most creative or the best for this space. And then we had a winner who actually got a book as a gift for their contribution. And then we go to the social media challenge, which were called the Light Touch Challenge. If any of you actually participated on any of those, please do let me know. I will be really, really happy to see you here. And the light touch, it was a campaign. It wasn't a competition this time. It was just a challenge to inspire people to share with us their favorite light source with a human touch. So the easiest part was to ask them to put their hand like touching the light, feeling the light. Because the first way to be aware of the light around you is to see it and to feel it. And of course, I know you can't touch physically the light outcome, but you can touch the product that creates it. You can feel the sense of the light touching your skin, touching the color of your body. So that was a very, very interesting challenge that again, we received lots of submissions and different things from around the world. And then we even categorized it on global regions. So we had all the ones that we received from Europe, all the ones that we received from the US, from Middle East, from there. So we did it in that way in order to observe if there is like a tendency of people using more warm or colorful or this or that. So you can read about all of that on our Instagram page and LinkedIn post. And I'm not going to go more there because there are a couple of other things I want to share, and just be aware of the time. And then that is the latest one that we did. Oh, I see some people saying here that they did participate. So
Did
I'm very happy. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And this is the latest one that we did in collaboration with Siluz, which is an organization from Chile, which we have partnered together this year to raise awareness about light together. And as I said before, if you remember, the vision of this global platform is to bring all of those amazing people and organizations that they do care about raise awareness and elevate our profession, put them together under one big umbrella and make sure that we all collaborate and we find innovative ways to inspire people to take action. And this one was the Say It With Light, where we asked people to take a picture of a landmark on their countries, their home regions, and take a picture and share a message with light. What can light communicate? And we received a lot of different things about light pollution, about ecology, about politics, about many different things. So if you want to check it out, you're very welcome again to go on Instagram and follow them, go to the Instagram stories highlights, and there you will find all the individual stories displayed there. Um, okay, that brings us to the very, very important part of this presentation, which is about engagement. I did touch about it a little bit earlier on. And of course, I don't want you to try to read what is happening on this slide. The reason why I put all of this there is because I just wanted to share with you the intention that we have, especially on Instagram stories, where we are creating discussions. We are asking people, we are saying, how do you feel about that? What would you like to see? How would you light up these palm trees without causing any light pollution? Could you light them up? Or maybe an answer would be, don't light them up. And so we want to create all of those contradictions and like constructive conversations. And this is actually really beautiful to see how many people from all around the world, they see the same case in a different way or in the same way. And engagement, again, is a key for anything we want to achieve. Even if it's like education, like just think about yourself. How do you learn more and more enjoying what you're learning when you have to do something about it? When you have to interact, when you have to take this light fixture, put it there, measure it, put your hand in front, put a filter, like engage, play with it, understand it. So engagement is a key. And the way that we are creating that through the Lighting Police platform is by asking questions, providing answers, but most importantly, inspiring people to feel free to contribute anonymously or with their names. Doesn't matter. It depends on each individual, but contribute, discuss, and reflect on what the others think. Okay? Okay, so this leads us to the last part of this presentation, talking about the future and our responsibility. And we are really delighted to have the support of some amazing media partners. For example, Dark Media. I'm sure that many of you know about Arc Magazine and Dark
Mm.
Magazine. And if you don't, any of the participants today, please make sure that you check it out. They are doing a fantastic job, and it's actually a free magazine online. You can have the online version for free. Really beautiful content, interviews, and many, many things. So I really would like to applaud them for what they do. And we are really honored to have a partner with them multiple times to participate on in-person events and presentations. And this here we see four members based in London of the advisory board participating on the Clerkenwell Design Week, where we did a quiz. I wasn't there, and this is actually the beauty of this, because something yes, this is Arc Magazine. This is very correct as you have spelled it, Daniel. And something very important to mention here is that um, I created this platform out of the need to connect with the global community and raise awareness. But this platform is not for me or for an individual. This is a global network. This is that all of us are part of this. And that's the reason that I'm feeling very, very proud to see members of the advisory board all around the world being there for participating on all of those different online and in-person opportunities that we have. And that was very recent. It was like just a few months ago in London, or this one was last year, again in London for the London Design Week, where we had Gary Thornton from the advisory board of the project talking about the impact of exterior lighting and getting the perspective of the lighting police as well. And then, of course, we are also running multiple other things. As I said, we have some partners and people, organizations, and other projects around the world that they share the same vision and mission. And we want to connect the communities together. We want to make sure, I want to make sure right now that you're going to go to the YouTube channel of the Lighting Police and you're going to watch this discussion with Jane Slade. Jane Slade is the one that talked about night pollution instead of light pollution. It was truly an inspiring discussion for me. I really very much enjoyed it. And really, if you want to have, like listen to something while you are working, check this out. It is recommended. And then lastly here, another example that I want to share about the global network and audience and how people can contribute. Matthew North, who is actually working with in the manufacturing lighting industry, he was really inspired by the project. And he said, look, I want to contribute. How can I contribute? And I said, look, we're talking about color temperature right now. Why don't you kind of make a video, because he's really very good with making videos. I said, why don't you make a video to talk about the right color temperature of the bulb? And so you can find this again on the on our Instagram and LinkedIn page. You will find it as an individual post. And he's talking about the difference between 2,700 with 4,000 and on which occasions you should pick what. So if my aunt and my extended family ask me, Katia, what color temperature should I pick for my new light fixture which is on my living room, I will share this video with them to make sure that they know that they are able to choose between cold and warm and why. Okay, remember that it's all about awareness. So, ending now with the last part of this presentation, and I'm really surprised that I did this on time. I'm very happy with that. So we have some time for questions. So, as the ILD, the International Association of Lighting Designers, say, good lighting doesn't just happen; it's designed. And here is the importance of being a lighting professional. It's our responsibility to make sure that we are included in all of those projects. Of course, I know that it's always comes to budget, it comes to different parameters, but also it comes to lack of awareness. There are still lots of people, even in my surrounded, community, that they don't know what the lighting designer do. And it's funny because, I'm saying, yes, hi, I'm Katia, I'm a lighting designer. And they say, what is a lighting designer? What do you do? Are you changing bulbs? Are you an electrician? What do you do? And then it's a matter of us educating everyone and the clients, potential clients, but most importantly, educating our friends and the people around us that good lighting doesn't just happen, it's designed. So if I can ask you to remember something again, it's about raising awareness. It's my responsibility, it's your responsibility, and it's everyone's responsibility to make sure that all of us around the world, we are people who are talking about it. We are talking about the right light. We are talking about how light affects our physiology, mental health, well-being, emotions, everything. So start observing the light if you don't do that already, which I assume you do for being here. And get involved and join the Lighting Police mission. You are all super welcome. And just as a recap, um, what you need to do is just to, you are out, you are observing the light, you're taking a picture of something that doesn't feel right, and you either just write some thoughts. Maybe you say, look at this color temperature issue, or look at this, that could be much better by doing this. You are welcome to contribute in the way that you want, and then you share it as an Instagram story or as a post or as an article, whatever you feel more comfortable. You check the 7 lighting police rules, very important, otherwise we cannot approve it. And then you tag us, or if you want to keep it anonymously, you privately message us to upload your case independently through the platform. Again, a couple of pictures just to give you a little bit a glimpse of what people are sharing online. But again, I really encourage you after this to go on your Instagram, write the lighting police, find the project, and go through the highlights of the Instagram stories. We have many. If you noticed before on the global map, I mentioned that we have representation in 45 countries. This is amazing. People from all around the world, and well, no, let me do this again. People from 45 countries around the world have shared occasions of poor lighting that they have uh, take a picture or a video and start conversations. So make sure that I'm sure that we can make this much bigger, and I'm sure that you can contribute, all of you can contribute in that. So last slide, I think, yes. If you're interested to become an active member and be connected with us in a more also personal level, we also have some stickers which we are going to be printing more in the next season. So if you do want to be kind of like, an active member of the Lighting Police and you would like to have some stickers, please scan this code and add your details, and then our team is going to be contacting you to find how you can contribute and how you can be involved. Even if you want to be part of the advisory board, or if you want to be an active contributor, and so on. And so, with that, I'm going to close it and say that it's time for questions and answers. And it's not only about questions, like, I would like also to see some comments from you guys. Like, if you want, just write us something that was very good for you from this presentation, something that we can. What are you going to take out of this, except of the fact that I want you to remember that we have the responsibility to raise awareness about the right light amongst our friends and family members. Apart from that, please let us know what you took from this. Like, if you don't have a question right now and you want to be able to ask more about the lighting police, again, It's very easy to find me. You can find me on Instagram or LinkedIn. And of course, you're very welcome to follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. We have very big plans for the following months. And it's only can happen by coming together. So I invite you all to join, to contribute, and to participate in the way that you feel more comfortable. And thank you very much, Philip, for giving me the opportunity to present what we are doing. It's a team project. It's a collective action that we have put all together. I saw you some of the people that are involved, but really I want you to remember that this is like a community. It's growing and you can be part of this.